So this is your girl Glory Smiles. Yes, Glory Smiles, as you all know. And this is Brave Super TV. So today we're out on the streets of Lagos. Yes, Lagos City. Wanting to know the take of people, what they think about the increase in price of commodity like rice, chicken, and turkey. If you ask me, I would say the increase is not good at all. But let's go out on the street to know what people feel and think about it. So stay brave. I'm about to give a smile. Your take about the increase in price of rice, chicken, and turkey.
Um, well, I believe there are much more better issues we should be looking at in this country than sealing the borders and increasing the price in commodities and making life harder for the citizens of this country. You know, looking at what is happening here and there, killings here and there, we should focus more on that instead of we trying to make life unbearable for the masses. You know, it doesn't solve any problem of, because we presently we are not producing as much as we should produce in this country. So why sealing borders? Why stopping importation? Why not allow people do business? I know it's killing our economy, I know, but if our government can do something better about it, I believe there's going to be a greater solution than we just sealing the borders, telling stopping importation and all of those. So my take is that it is not so good at all, not so good for the present situation of this country.
Um, what I believe is that so many people will actually suffer for this, especially people with low income. That's people their salary is not even up to. Has been managing. Maybe you've been buying a cup of rice for like 250 before, and now it's going to increase to 500. Just for an example, so you won't be able to, you understand, you won't be able to afford it. So it really affects a lot of people, and to open doors to corruption. I think it will open doors to maybe stealing and other things, because there's no way out, and the only way out is their low income and use, like, they just lock the door, so there's no other thing than to look for another means.
My name is Abdulafiz Yusuf.
Okay, so tell us, what's your take about the increase in price of rice, chicken, and turkey?
There's nothing that is difficult that is there. The only thing we just have is that what is going on in Nigeria now is not closer to anybody. And the prices is higher every day by this. I don't think anything is wrong.
Are you trying to say that you don't see anything wrong in the increase in price of the commodities?
Yeah.
Like, you're perfectly okay from price of rice going up from 15k to 18, 19,000. Like, before we buy a derica of rice for 250, now we're buying it at 300 naira. Are you trying to say you don't see anything wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Like, there's nothing wrong with the increase in price. Wow.
Sure, things that are going on in this Nigeria nowadays is that most of things this government are inability to approach or speak to the directors or the companies about this the increase of price, some stuff or turkey, other things.
Yes.
Then we as citizens, we cannot do otherwise than to buy it, because if we say that we cannot buy, then we die of hunger, which is not good in Nigeria. Understand me?
In Nigeria, all our actions are reactive. When you are dealing with issues that borders on affecting the populace or the people you govern, these are the issues you need to take with a proactive measure. But it's very unfortunate that in Nigeria, we react to issues reactively. You see, closing of borders is it had a good intention, but the problem is that, is Nigeria ripe for it? Are we right for such intent? Now look at the issues of rice, for example. Can you tell me frantically that from the inception, since when Buhari has closed, this government has closed down the border of ensuring that the rice is not brought to the country, which is actually to ensure that the local manufacturing of rice is engendered. Can we tell me that is the same Buhari has been hitting our local produced rice in that since then? You could see that. Personally, I'm against that. I am not supposing that we should close border. As much as we expect that we want to engender that the local productions are encouraged, I want to ensure that there's a way. This is not the right time. This is not the right time for us to close the border. We should actually look at, can we now produce, are we self-sufficient in production of these things? We are not there yet, because the resources to produce these things, even locally, most of them are not there. So I'm not in support of it, and I think the government should actually look in a way of ensuring that this thing does not affect the population like it has always been doing from the onset of this administration.
Very, very bad. Like we don't have a platform to express ourselves, just like every other Nigerians. It's very, very bad. Like, want to buy, was it yesterday? Just want to buy a pint of rice. They said something will buy like 1.3. They said it's 2.6, which is very bad. Even the carton of Indomie has increased to 2.4, which is very, very bad. So I don't know where we are going with this kind of program. I don't know. Maybe we are going to go back to Congo, or everybody will just go to Biafra. Let's just divide this country. I don't know. I don't understand what is going on.
My take on it is that, anything that has advantage must has disadvantage. So the way the government look at it is that they want to favor Nigeria, but the other side of it is that it does not favor the masses. Why? It is because there is no palliative measure on ground. Before you do close the border, you will have a sufficient foods enough, so that people will not move from one place to another. Now, Nigerians cannot have, like, the price of the commodity, the rice that I bought half bag of rice, 7,400 last month. By now it's about 10,000 naira. So, there is enough rice on the ground and the government closed the border, there will be no problem. For my own takes, it is good because government is supposed to have a revenue. You understand? But for us to consume our local production, I think we need to have it more than enough. When we have it more than enough, we eat and satisfy before we can export or talk of close the border. That is my takes on it. And I would like the government, if they can please do something. And even though they can close the border, why not checkmate what is coming in and what is coming out? If there is appropriate check and balance, that the police, the army, the Nigerian forces on the border take to their responsibility and check well if the rice that are importing are okay for consumption, you understand, pending when the one we have in Nigeria will be enough for us, there will be no problem.
Everything nípa Nàìjíríà yìí ti yàtọ̀ o. Àtìgbà tí a ti ní ìjọba tuntun ní ìsìn, wọ́n ti bọ́dà àmọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ má febi pọmọ Nàìjíríà, ẹ ṣàánú wa, ẹ járí tajé ṣe o. Ẹ ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù, ẹ ṣí bọ́dà fún wa o. Ráìsì ti di 20,000. Ẹ ṣàánú wa, àróúnjẹ jẹ́ ń rí o. Ẹ ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù o, kò sóúnjẹ o. Tọ́kì náà tí wọ́n gbogbo ẹ tí wọ́n kí ló dé, ìjọba ẹ ṣàánú wa, ẹ já àróúnjẹ jẹ o.
On the street and we've gathered people's opinions and perspectives about the increase in price of commodity like rice, chicken and turkey. And believe me, you Nigerians are not happy at all about the increase. Some said, how about them that receive low income? How do the government expect them to live? And others said, it's not about closing the border, but it's all about settling the agricultural aspect of Nigeria. How did the government expect them to cope? And what baffles me is that someone actually said, oh, he's cool with the price, that he doesn't see anything wrong with the price of the increase in rice and also. That kept me wondering. Well, you've heard it from Nigerians. Nigerians are not happy at all about the increase in price. So we believe that our government will be able to do something about this. Thank you. I still remember your one and only Glory Smiles. I remember to stay brave in all you do. Thank you.